to an end, two cooperative credit unions held their annual general meeting to discuss their financial activities and update staff about their successes and challenges. The United Nations Development Programme met partners on Wednesday to review their work in 2021 and plan for next year. In international news, President Obiang, the world's longest-serving head of state, was sworn in for his 6th term as president of Equatorial Guinea. Now, those are the headlines. Now, the news in detail. Now, at the 7th Consumer Parliament organized by PURA in Brikama on Saturday, consumers of regulated utilities in the Gambia took the opportunity to put their grievances direct to senior staff of the utility providers. Consumers complained about high cost of mobile data, water bills, and poor quality of service delivery. Mamadou Gajaga reports.
The day-long interface brought together service providers of regulated utilities, such as mobile network companies, internet service providers, NAWEC, and consumers of these services. The theme of the event is cost and quality of service delivery. Consumers complained about high cost of mobile data and poor service from mobile phone network operators, unsolicited promotional messages, and the validity period of services such as bonuses on top-up credit, amongst others. Addressing the consumers' complaints, the mobile network companies said there must be a validity period for bonuses and other promotional services consumers enjoy. On the poor quality of internet in certain areas, providers said there are various factors causing this. Consumers of electricity and water supply from NAWEC also raised concerns of poor services in certain areas and high water bills.
NAWEC, for your information, your transmitter in Pirang is always stripped there. The entire village in Combo East, they will have electricity except Pirang. So please, let's help us to address that issues.
Ndol kabo mandi Kerawan, Daranka, mandi naring, kunku janjate ya katawa mafon be, kurang ba betole. But kaspawa wafidulati je lamenda malia soto.
Nani Juara, NAWEC's managing director, responded to some of the complaints.
So legi ni yenen high bills yi nekul ni mitari dem bi mo wrong waye daf de neka legi nga am leakage sa bir nek bu xamé ma xéñé ci sa toilet bi wala ci bor sa sokoy bi yeguloko ndox bi mu ngi yaaxu rek waye jaar na ci mita bi fu ñu bil ko bobu su amé tamé su ñëwé ñun su ngaaj nen def fofu ñu confirm ndax leakage la bu xamé mo mu ngi xew ci sa nek bi yeguloko waye mu ngi yokka bill bi.
Persons living with disabilities, especially the hard of hearing, say there should be sign language interpreters during news hours on televisions. In response, Malik Kar, the general manager at QTV, says they are working to make sure they bring back the sign language interpretation, which QTV had been providing during its 8 p.m. news. Despite being an interactive forum where consumers could put forward their complaints to service providers for an immediate response, the public turnout was poor. Mamadou Gajaga, QTV News.
Now, Uganda's Makerere University are winners of the Sir Dawda Kairaba International Human Rights Moot Court competition organized by the National Human Rights Commission. The final was held at the Sir Dawda International Conference Center in Bijilo. And Sumanes Etonyasi was there and he now reports.
Saturday's final coincided with International Human Rights Day, followed by thousands of students within the sub-region and beyond. The highly contested final brought to an end an exciting week-long moot court competition between law students from various universities across the continent. Before the contest between the two finalists, University of Makerere and the Kwame Nkrumah University in Ghana, there were several speeches in commemoration of International Human Rights Day. Emmanuel Daniel Diouf, chairman of the National Human Rights Commission, and Justice Amina Sahau Sise of the Court of Appeal paid tribute to the country's post-independence leader, Sir Dawda Kairaba Jawara, in whose honor the competition is being held annually.
In as early as 1977, the Gambia led Africa to celebrate the Year of Prisoners of Conscience. We're talking about a period when human rights was not the business of most African head of states. Most of them were talking about fighting colonialism and and decrying the apartheid regime in South Africa.
The coordinates of the village of Barajali in the sliver of a country in West Africa, the Gambia, the birthplace of a human rights champion whose name is homogeneous to this edifice and international mood competition. The purpose of our gathering here today, Sir Dawda Kairaba Jawara.
Professor Olaolu Stephen Opadere, Dean Faculty of Law at the University of the Gambia, and Aissata Day, UNDP country representative, spoke on the importance of the day and the impact the moot court competition will have on law students.
So I think human rights is something we all must celebrate. As innate as we like to define it to be, the right of every human being. I also hope we appreciate that in some climes, it's not regarded as innate and belonging to every human as a matter of right. So it's something we must not take lightly.
Madam Faraj, who was one of the eloquent participants that we had 2 years ago and who is now a law practitioner, and congratulations to her to see how this moot court also is impacting the participant and building a new generation of law practitioners. So we are privileged and very proud of all of you who are participating in this exemplary exercise.
Following these speeches, Chief Jurist and President of the Moot Court, Senior Human Rights Lawyer Gay Sow, and members of the court presided over the final between Makerere University and Kwame Nkrumah University. A fierce competition saw both teams making strong submissions to the court on the hypothetical case. The case follows the current state of Gambia's transitional justice process, metaphorically represented as a country in West Africa called Kunta Kinte, struggling to deal with the aftermath of systematic rights violations perpetrated over 2 decades. The team from the Kampala-based university were declared winners of this year's Sir Dawda Kairaba Jawara International Moot Court competition. Makerere University is Uganda's largest and oldest institution of higher learning, first established as a technical school in 1922. It became an independent national university in 1970. The theme for this year's competition was Right to Reparation, Amnesty, Remedy and Accountability for Gross Human Rights Violations within the context of transitional justice. Answane Sonyasi for KTV News.
Members of the Gambia Police Force Cooperative Credit Union held their annual general meeting on Saturday in Janjanbureh to discuss their financial activities, update their staff about their successes, challenges and plans. The story by Ibrahim Jallo is narrated by Lena E. Igwenyiba.
AGM, building financial resilience in the face of rising inflation, clearly shows that credit unions can help members fight the effects of inflation by encouraging members to control their spending and focus on their needs. Amidst inflation, members are advised to set financial goals, track their progress and keep a limit on spending in an era of financial struggles. Ansumana Sanyang, chairman of the Gambia Police Force Cooperative Credit Union, has this to say.
Many people were already struggling with their finances before the COVID-19 pandemic hit. But the pandemic exposed more people to financial vulnerabilities, making it difficult to achieve sustained financial wellness. Income loss due to layoffs, pay cuts, and now inflation has prevented many individuals from generating enough income or savings to be resilient in the face of emerging or a recession.
Siaka Sonko, the Minister of Interior, commended the Gambia Police for laying a strong foundation that made it possible for its credit union to cater for the financial needs of its members.
The structure of governance, pillared by strong policies, elevated Gambia Police Force Cooperative Credit Union to a resolute position in the financial system. This triumph further showcases the breed and caliber of staff who served as the bedrock of this success through hard work and dedication. We owe the entire GPF-CCU staff gratitude for their unwavering commitment and utmost professionalism, thus earning confidence and trust of the members. Therefore, we look forward to new innovations and tailored needs products that conform with modern-day technology.
Julda Kamara, the Deputy Police Commissioner in CRR, representing the Inspector General of Police, says the GPF Cooperative Credit Union has not only helped improve the lives of police officers, but also ordinary people.
GPFCCU serve as the beacon of hope to not only servicemen and women in uniform, but to the larger extent, communities where they operate branches. I therefore encourage our fine officers to capitalize on the enormous benefits in meeting their dreams. The innovation of new products have also elevated the lives of officers by providing them with daily life necessities.
The Gambia Police Force Cooperative Credit Union was established in 1999 by the staff of Gambia Police Force to provide financial and non-financial services to its members. A new police credit union office complex was also inaugurated in Janjanbureh as part of the expansion initiative to broaden and decentralize access to credit and financial activities for its members. Reporting for QTV News, I am Lena Iigwenyiba.
We will now go for a short commercial break, but when we return, we have more local as well as international news. Don't go away.
Step into the Espas Motors showroom for your luxurious name brand vehicle. Located along the Bertil Harding Highway, Espas Motors is the Gambia's authorized dealer for Chery, Kia, Ford, and now we bring you the new Peugeot Model 3008 SUV. 18-inch alloy wheels, 216 inches high ground clearance, keyless entry system, start and stop button, rear parking assistance system with reverse camera, adaptive cruise control with speed limit, LED daytime running lights, front and side airbags, 8-inch HD touchscreen. Not to forget our exquisite Peugeot Landtrek double cabin pickup with 2.1-liter diesel engine, 6-speed manual transmission 4x4, hill descent control, LED daytime running lights. Espas Motors, the authorized dealer for Peugeot. Visit us today or call us on 35-2222 or 353-4444.
Inco Home Choice ya kenun neserung adiate la kiliano le ninang fanay nata kotenke aning 10% discount hade 10% discount si inco la bagaso bagasang Gambia Banko kanjang na dinkral beto kabo December karo tilifolo kata fo December fadula ye construction bagaso sotalienne generator welding tools aluminium tools carpentry tools water pumps electrical tools plumbing tools safety equipment kata fo pususol washing machines aning garden tools ñin bagage jama albe sola la menna pour kadu ko kala watali bari kata bakalita Inco Home Choice jibe ibale jimpex wala liye ko man ñin nombato 7398863 wala birkama 3039300 wala Senegambia 3296967 wala fani sukota ñin nombato 3417619 Inco Home Choice ñul na tele pour ka jamano dahande.
Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV News with me, Ashma Oba. Now, the Medical Research Council unit in the Gambia at the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine Cooperative Credit Union held its annual general meeting at Kiang Keneba in the Lower River region. Usman G. Dabo attended and he filed this report.
This annual general meeting is a platform for the union's board of directors to prepare the financial statements for each financial year and to discuss challenges and plans. It also gave members the opportunity to elect new board members to run the union's affairs. Fode Sanyang, the general manager of the National Association of Cooperative Credit Unions in the Gambia, advises the members to select their respective board members based on merits.
This is a voluntary service. Therefore, one must select the right people who will not only have the time, but contribute and add value in achieving the objectives of the credit union.
Mr. Sanyang emphasizes that inasmuch as serving on the board is voluntary, There must be competence in ensuring that the credit union operates in the right direction. Saidna Babukar Sise, Treasurer MRC Gambia Cooperative Credit Union, gives the financial statement highlighting positive achievements.
The single major achievement was the reduction of the loan interest from 12% to 9%. But there were other gains. A new loan policy was developed and approved, and members can now apply and receive loans up to $1 million.
The financial report was approved and adopted by members, and Mr. Sise's term as a board member was renewed unopposed. Adama Bande and Adama Gomez were the newly elected members at the Treasury. They spoke about their plans for the union.
Well, what I will say is I will work tirelessly with my colleagues to make sure everything works out positively for us, because I've seen how the credit union is beneficial to me, to my family, and others as well in the MRC unit. So I will try my best with Allah's help to make sure things work out positively for us, and I pray Allah do that for us.
It's basically the trust and the confidence that they have in me based on my capacity and expertise in the area that I would be serving in the board. My interest would be to serve as a treasurer or an auditor in the credit union, because basically that is my area of specialization.
This is the first time the MRC AGM, which is a requirement for the credit unions, has been held in Kiankeneba in the Lower River region. For QTV News, Osman G. Dabo.
The United Nations Development Programme UNDP met partners on Wednesday to review their work in 2021 and plan for next year. Jenna Basonko was at the closing ceremony, and she now reports.
The United Nations Development Programme UNDP works to eradicate poverty and reduce inequalities through the sustainable development of nations in more than 170 countries and territories. The UNDP mission The Gambia was set up in 1975 as a partner in development with the government of the Gambia in several projects. The UNDP supported the Gambia in all areas during the COVID-19 response through a crisis management team and the COVID-19 accountability framework to transform the nation and achieve the sustainable development goals. The 3-day retreat brought together government, private sector, civil society and artists. Here is Isa Today, the UNDP country representative.
We all have been exchanging for the last 3 days in terms of reviewing the achievement for 2022 and planning for 2023 in alignment with the country priorities and the people's needs. Is also the reflection of how not only all the areas of intervention are interlinked, but a reflection of all the 17 SDGs, how they are interlinked. None of the area can move without the other. And I think the fact that you have been in 3 days very intense, but very attentive to each other, shows that the Gambia is ready to move to the next level, and the Gambia has already started doing it.
In partnership with government, the UNDP helps identify local solutions to meet global and national development challenges. This is done through a range of interventions that combine UNDP's expertise and comprehensive advantage in the areas of governance and peace building, inclusive growth and sustainable development. Alaji Fadera is the Director of Development Planning at the Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs.
As a government and as a country, continue to appreciate the support that we have been receiving from UNDP over the years. They have been very unflinching in their support, and they have always collaborated with us. They provided not only financial support, but also technical support to a lot of our processes. And we have seen that over the years, this has been significantly improving the lives and the livelihoods of our people.
The United Nations Development Programme has supported the Gambia in environmental matters. In 2021, the Gambia was recognized by the Climate Action Tracker as the country most compatible with the Paris Agreement. To support the government in meeting its current carbon reduction targets and objectives, UNDP, the Gambia and partners are working on key interventions in energy, waste management and reforestation. Reporting for QTV News, I am Jenna Basonko.
That story will lead us to international news. Now, last week, at a colorful ceremony, the president of Equatorial Guinea, President Obiang, was sworn in for his 6th term in office, having swept the November polls with a landslide victory. Excluding monarchs, the 80-year-old is the world's longest-serving head of state, ruling Equatorial Guinea since 1979. Mudulamin Choi has more.
Last Thursday, Equatorial Guinea witnessed for the 6th time the inauguration of their president, a man who has backed the record of being the longest-serving president in the world. President Teodoro Nguema Obiang Mbosago was inaugurated following a presidential election in November, which he had won by an overwhelming majority, bagging 95% of the total vote cast. His party, Democratic Party of Equatorial Guinea, with a coalition of 15 parties, handed the opposition a shocking defeat, which saw the latter lose all the 55 and 100 seats in the Senate and lower house to the ruling party. Since coming to power in 1979, President Obiang has always been elected with more than 90% of the votes in the polls. Under Obiang's rule, the political arena has not been a level playing field. Critics have cited irregularities in elections and accused him of muzzling dissent and cracking down on rivals and the media. In Equatorial Guinea, protests are mostly forbidden, the media heavily controlled, and political opponents often arrested and tortured. President Obiang's 43-year-long rule is described as having been punctuated with rights abuses, corruption, and mismanagement of resources. Most of the population of Equatorial Guinea live below the poverty line, according to the World Bank data, despite being hugely blessed with natural resources and the third largest oil exporter in sub-Saharan Africa, and having a population of only 1.7 million. At his inauguration, President Obiang promised the implementation of quote-unquote outstanding projects for sustainable development, eradication of corruption, and maintenance of peace, stability, and unity in the country. Since independence, the Central African country has never witnessed a peaceful transfer of power through democratic means. Equatorial Guinea has had only 2 presidents since independence from Spain in 1968. Obiang ousted his uncle Francisco Macias Nguema in a coup in 1979. Since then, efforts to depose Obiang through the ballot and the bullet have been unsuccessful. Equatorial Guinea has been a household name in the Gambia, being the host country of our former president Yahya Jammeh, who is in exile since 2017. Mohamed Lamin Choi, QTV News.
That's all we have for you, but before we go, a recap of our main news headlines. At the 7th Consumer Parliament organized by PURA on Saturday, consumers of regulated utilities in the Gambia took the opportunity to put their grievances direct to senior staff of the utility providers. Uganda's Makerere University are winners of the Sir Dawda Kairaba Jawara International Human Rights Moot Court competition organized by the National Human Rights Commission. As the year 2022 is coming to an end, 2 cooperative credit unions held their annual general meeting to discuss their financial activities and update staff about their successes and challenges. The United Nations Development Programme met partners on Wednesday to review their work in 2021 and plan for next year. In international news, President Obiang, the world's longest-serving head of state, was sworn in for his 6th term as president of Equatorial Guinea. Well, that's all for this news edition. Join us at 10 p.m. for more news. Thanks for watching.